Hey there, welcome back. Welcome back. Let's wrap this game up. We are in the final two operating rounds where you can lay track and buy trains. The grays were just unlocked. Like you could see by the board that we hardly have any grays out there. So there's a lot to do in just two operating rounds. That's not a lot of time because you only get so many track points. But that's sort of the thing with this game is that the end game accelerates so fast. You unlock the grays, and then four trains later, boom, you're at end game. I personally think that the four trains thing should be deeper, so the gray lasts longer. But if you look at the stock board, uh, that is not the case. I mean, we're hitting the end, so it is perfectly timed. And then, of course, I have on my notes here that it's SB's turn. Thank you very much. So we're going to go ahead and move SB up because we know they're going to run well with a 5+5. And they have up here they have a national they need to support, but they also got to support themselves. Like for example, they need to get this upgraded, so we're going to do this for 4. And yeah, it's the biggest problem with when you hit a new stage is you sort of have to balance supporting your national and yourself. So the good news though is a lot of this is upgraded, right? All the way to here. So they have 2 track points left, and the good news when you go to gray is you don't have to do all the whistle stops because you're I mean the brown whistle stops are obviously better, but most people have enough on their path. But with the 2 extra points, obviously they could upgrade this Y city, but they're gonna actually help the national, and we're just gonna pick any of these really. It doesn't matter. We'll just do one of those and just get that upgraded. So now the national can enjoy a few extra bucks, actually 20 extra bucks. It's a big jump to be able to help them. So anyways, that's their 6 points. The 5+5, very necessary to upgrade that metropolis because they're eventually going to use it. I don't know if they will this time, but I think they will. Let me think this through. We're going to start with a 12 and then a 20 right here, and that's 2. Remember, they got a 5, so this can't be 3. So what we're thinking is this is going to be 3, so that would be a 10, and then they go around and then down and then up here for 8. That's 4, and then here 12 for 5. Right, and so then 10 for the whistle stops. That's a 720 run. I know they've done better in the past, but we keep selling the trains and pushing them on. So we're going to go ahead and do 720, and I do think we should half cap that, and that's going to give them plenty of money. And then they're going to spend 900. This math is a little easier for me to deduct the 10% in my head. And here we go, a beautiful 5D train, and not really a chance to do much else. All right. If I were to sell this 5 train, I'm going to get 237, which will put him almost just under 600 bucks. He could half cap this run and maybe afford a 4D. I don't know if he'd be able to afford a 5D. He does get the 10% discount. This is going to be a really interesting choice to take the risk of buying another train by selling this one. And you're going to have to sit there and really think out the math on this. And the problem is I don't know if I can do the math perfectly. But if you can push it and actually get the better train, it really will change the way your company makes money. And those 2 blitz runs will be amazing money. The fact that you keep selling a train. So here's the other thing. They could just leave it like this and make amazing money with just 2 trains. Because like next time they run, they're going to run only on the 5D. They're going to have to half cap. So this guy's penny pincher is making some money, right? And then the final 2 blitz rounds are going to be great money. or they don't half cap. They run 2 trains, which is going to be way better than just one, and they're going to get amazing money 3 times, but maybe not as amazing. So like, is it worth it to take the hit? Dip down to dip up. And that's I don't have an answer for you. I think that's a unique situation by situation decision. All right. Anyways, SB is done. So looking at the crosswalk here, Kiss is next. Kiss is the national with a 333. This his nationals are hurting. The whole point of doing 2 nationals was they were supposed to generate a lot of cash for him, and I don't think either of them are, because these two just never got off the ground. So I don't feel like I played him well. But anyways, in the beginning I sort of did, but now I'm really worried. But anyways, a 9+9. It's a German national. There's so much to do. It's not even funny, but upgrade the ones that no one else is going to. So there's 2, there's 4, there's 6, and there's 8. So he's not even going to be able to upgrade everything. This is horrible. But 2, 4, 6, 8. And I just realized I probably need to grab one of the other type. 2, 4. Let's throw this in the bag. Six and 8. Okay. So all but one was upgraded. Not the best. 9+9. I don't even know if we have enough whistle stops upgraded. That's how bad this is. So we know for sure that he has 9 whistle stops. And then the Pullman's going to get him a 3. But then as far as the upgrades go, he has 2, 4, 6. Only 6 of them upgraded. Ooh. Yeah, he's in bad shape. Then this is upgraded, which is good. So that's going to give him 12 for 1. And then 8 for 2, 8 for 3, 8 for 4, 8 for 5, and then 6 for 6. And then he's not even upgraded to the $40 cities. That one's not his. This one is. So he's got 1. 4 for 7. And then 3 for 8. And 3 for 9. So that's a 780. It could be so much more, folks, if this was upgraded better. Honestly, I think so I'm doing the Italian and German mismatch. I thought that since he had a German to help him, that he would do better. Honestly, I think there's a cool strategy where if you go all 4 Germans and then just try to get some nationals going there, maybe even 4 nationals. I know that sounds crazy, but the only thing that stinks about it is you can't buy trains from other people. But I always wanted to try some Radicals thing like that, see how it goes. But as you saw, that was a 530 last time, so the 780 run is much better. It's still decent money for him. It's just it's not as good as it could be, and there's no 4 trains for him to get. And I think the biggest tragedy is these 2 go first. Oh man. So these 2 go first, and then these 2 go, they don't go until after. So yeah, they'll be able to help improve the track with their track points, but these guys already ran, so not as good. And yeah, they'll be able to buy a train, but these guys can't buy it from them until next round. It's a bit of a mess. Just not working out. I don't think he's going to win. He does have good shares of stock though, and he's not at his cap. So anyways, Kiss is done. Then we get to this group. So this is the next one. And that's these 2 companies. So we're going to do MSP first, and then WW. So MSP is sitting on a 5-5 with plenty of money. That is great news. We do need to upgrade some gray to help the National. So here's 2. And then here's 4. And there's not that much more, but we do have to upgrade at least a few of these towns. So we'll do this one for 6. So that's an easy, I don't know where I grabbed it, right there. And then the 2 Ys here and here. Okay. So other than these not being upgraded, the National's pretty much set. Just takes a few more track points. Running a 5 train. So we got a 20 for 1. And then we're going to skip this, do a 10 for 2. Oh no, I got to do this one. That would be 4 points. So this one goes back for sure. Doesn't matter which one we use here. So that's 2 points back, and then I'll do this one for 2. Yeah, we gotta upgrade the capital first. I mean, the National can spend points on that. The capital is helping him to get some serious money. We can't be ignoring that. Okay, so this was a 10, and then this should be another 10 for 3. And then we jump over here and get another 10 for 4. And if this was completed, and that would happen if you controlled the National that was here and you were Russia, that would have been awesome, or just something else. I mean, then you could hit this metropolis here, but instead he's either coming back this way, which he can't really do because he doesn't have a token there, but this is token blocked, so he can't go through. It doesn't matter. This is only an 8 city, and so is this. So he just add another 8. So that puts him at 580, and then 10 for the whistle stops. So 680, and then, yes, he's going to buy himself a beautiful train. We got to decide. He is going to spend almost all of his money. We could half cap, which would give him $340, right? So that would go into his treasury along with this 180. So that'd be 4. He'd have around $500. The whole point in me mentioning this is then he could sell this 5+5 to try to get like a 4D or a 5D. So he's going to be sitting around $500. He's going to get another 237, which put him to $700. So what that means is he would have to half cap next time he runs, if we want him to get a better train. I think it's worth it, to be honest. So I am going to half cap, but see, that's the problem. I have to half cap here, and I have to half cap later, and so I am reducing the income for the president 2 times. But I am going to go ahead and do it. The president got 204, and see, he's missing out. That 340 would have, not all of it would have gone to him, but 60% of it would have. But yeah, so we're going to half cap, and then of course we pay 1,000. Oh, there's one more thing I got to do. He actually gets, well, here, while I have it deleted, we'll spend the 1,000. That's not an issue. But we got to put in 50 and half cap that as well, because the Pullman. I forgot to add the Pullman. So he does get his 5D train. I also have to bear in mind that there may not be a 5D train by the time they run a second time. I just realized there's only 6 more. So people might be stuck getting 4D trains, and I'm sitting here trying to save up for a 5. But anyways, MSP is done. WW, similar situation, but El Cheapo is running. 6 plus 6. I don't think WW made it up here. Yes, they did. So they're running the exact same route, except they get to add this to it. So, oh gosh, the whole thing got screwed up because I had to add the $50. Oh, I still have it on my phone. 68. So, 68 plus one more whistle stop for 69. Oh, it would actually be 2 for the whistle stop. So that would be 70, right? And then the one more stop here of 12. 82. So slightly better because it had an extra 1 plus 1. And then am I going to half cap? I mean, I for sure need to be able to buy a good train. So my answer is yes, but I'm not going to be selling that 6 plus 6. So I'll pay half. See, it's not enough to get a 5D, but I will pay the, what is it, 875? 850. So we'll do that and we'll get a 4D. So that's probably the best he's going to be able to do. There's no way we're going to... Now, the other thing that's been going through is we probably need to get another token out. Because if I have to do a 6 and a 4D, I got to have tokens to go. And I'm going to ask the same question of MSP in a second here. Like WW is here. So we could do a run that goes through this stuff and like ends in Berlin or even all the way to Paris. And then we could do another run that's sort of, starts here and then goes through, some weird loop. So I may not need to place this as many places because he does have a token there. But I'm looking and just trying to figure out, okay, where can I place a token that isn't necessarily going to be harmful, but would allow him to just run other stuff? Because he's not trying to block people. He's just trying to have a place to run freely. Like this is blocked. He can't get to here because he'd have to spend some serious money to get to this. But he can easily get to this, for example, and just put that there. So it's just a place. He doesn't have to use it, but it's there in case he needs to. And then MSP has a similar problem. They only have one token on the entire board. So he'll spend the $20, which is all he has to do, and then, get a token out here somewhere. So he's not just in Russia, because he's got 2 trains he needs to run. He could block, right? But the problem is every player wants to be able to go through here, and he's blocking his other companies if he does it. But he's not blocking anybody if he goes here. So now he can do some nice runs in Italy, and since it's here, he could go over a port, right? And maybe even include something else. It's just, the whole point of it is just he's somewhere else. Heck, he could even go in France here, but this is probably a better spot. Anyways, that's just the idea, to keep them viable, because you got a 6 plus 6 train. You got to go to 6 other places you haven't gone to. Sometimes that can be challenging. So now that that's done, we go up. GSWR is next, and they are sitting on a 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 11, and they have a lot of work to do. So we got a 4, 5, 6. We'll do this one first for 7, 8. And that's everything. So 11 plus 11. First of all, he has a 4 for his Pullman, 11 for the whistle stops, And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, easily 11 upgraded whistle stops. That puts him to 26. And then we got 12 for 1, 10 for 2, 8 for 3, 8 for 4, 5 for 6, 6 for 7, and then 4 for 8, 4 for 9, 4 for 10, 4 for 11, and it's just 11. But it's a good run. Not everything was upgraded, but it's a 910. British National is not horrible. Okay, so now looking at their situations, they may not be able to buy a 5D, but they should be able to buy 4Ds. And then, holy crap, look at the upgrades he's going to get. So if he buys this one, oh my goodness. So that's $300. He is Lord Premium for a reason. Yeah, I mean, he's got enough to buy a 4D without even half capping. That's fantastic. So then he's going to take this one. And so that's 237. He has enough for a 4D without, I mean, 2 4Ds is nothing to sniff at. And you can change them, by the way, to do like an 8D run. And then a 6-6. And that's going to be $300. And this guy already has enough for a 5D, but we don't know if one will be available by the time he gets there. But holy buckets, that makes the 3 train go into the rust pool. But now there's 2 4 trains. Like those, it's a real shame, but these 2 nationals could really use those 4 trains. And look at this guy. He's sitting on permanent gold there. That's fantastic. That is Lord Premium strategy working like it should. Whether or not it's going to catch him up, I guarantee you he will catch up, because having these massive trains is going to help him. But I don't know if 2 rounds are enough, especially since he's really low in his certs. But anyways, that was a fantastic run for him. And so now we're moving on to the next group, which is MKV. MKV is sitting on a 6 train, has 8 points. He'll do okay. So here we go. First thing first. That's 2 points, and then 4 points, and then 6 points. So we'll go ahead and grab these 2. There's 1. There's 2. And then this goes here. All right. Yeah, so now he's running a 6 train. 6 plus 6. Oh, he actually has 2 more points. So, yeah. So we got a 10 for 1, 10 for 2, 10 for 3, but then I got to add 3 more. I should have upgraded this maybe. But he could have gone this way first. So that's an 8 for 4, a 10 for 5, and then we can add an 8 for 6. And then we add 12 for the whistle stops. That's a 680. And what this means, though, is he needs token somewhere else. Because he had to struggle just to get the tokens he did into play. All right, so that is a 680. He will half cap and then spend 1,000. He's probably gonna sit with just those two trains. He's not really, like, even with a $300 boost. Yeah, he could probably buy a 4D. We'll have to think about it, but it's a low amount here. And then we also got to pay $40 right now because he's got to get another token out there. Now, I am curious because he has 2 tokens out there. Where is his other token? He has one in Moscow. Oh, that's right, in his starting spot. So he's here and he's also there. So we need him to just be somewhere else. Like, even this would have been okay if it was connected to a network. Like, even here is all right because now he can come out and just hit a bunch of cities out here. It doesn't have to be somewhere where you're blocking someone, but I think this is just fine. So he'll just put a spot right there, and he just wants flexibility. It's all he's looking for, and he is done. So now we have Kibbles and Bits and SFR. So KBS, yeah, so now these two get to run. So KBS, of course, going to try to help the German here. He is restricted to staying within what's connected. Like, that's a German town, but so is this. So here's 2. There's 4. He can't do this one. But where's that Y that wasn't upgraded? Oh, I think the German, no, right here. This is 6. So he's going to do all 3 of these for his 6 points. And that does help the national. It really does. So there's 2, and then here's 4, 6. These are more important than the whistle stops because they're adding. They're boosting it by $20, and I'm realizing I just went from green. Holy buckets! That's he wasn't even brown. So I gotta put one back. It took these were green. They weren't even brown. So yeah, that was a 4-point upgrade right there. These were fine. This one was fine, 2 points, but that was 4 points. That's bad. I mean, this one, it would only be 2 points to upgrade, so we could maybe, but see, even that one, it's a $20 bump to get to here, and it's a $30 bump to go from green. So the brown to gray small city is a $20 bump, which is way better than the whistle stop bump. So if you have to choose between the two, there you have it. All right, so KBS actually has to run a 5+5 after doing that, which is not an issue. So we got 20 for 1, and then we have 12 for 2, and then I could land here. So it'd be 12 for 3, and then 8 for 4, right, to hit any one of these. And then we're just going to hit this for 10 for 5, and then we're going to add 10 for the whistle stops. So that's a 720 run. Very respectable. A lot of people have been hitting that with one train. And then he does own 3 shares. I'm going to pay full because this guy needs to catch up. The idea here is that he's going to buy a train and then he's done. He's not going to be able to sell his trains to them. I could half cap. Let's see, if I did half cap, I would get him closer to a 5D. I'm thinking I'm going to be able to afford a 4D. So if I half capped, I could do possibly a 5D, but then I would really be wiped out money-wise. If I half capped and bought a 4D, I might be able to sell this and buy another 4D. It does help the Nationals to pick this up. but I'm almost feeling like he needs to just start earning cash, right? And every time he keeps selling these trains and upgrading, he's half capping. The company's keeping the money, and he's not getting it. So we're going to pay full. That puts him to 726, which is not enough. So now I got to reverse it. So 504 went to blue, and 216 went to the company. So we're going to do 216 back, and 504 back, and we're going to punch hitting the 720 again. And this time we're going to pay half, and then we'll pay the 850. So he'll get a 4D, and then I think that's going to be where he's going to land. So the next run will be good. Now, does KBS have enough tokens to do 2 trains? He sort of does. I mean, the Germany one is good. Like, he can go one way with the Germany, include this, hit a bunch of these, and then he can go the other way. Oh, look at this. Or no, I'm sorry. He can start here and try to go some other way, possibly. Or he could just start in Berlin and go the other way. I think he's fine, but we reserve the right to lay a token later. And he has the money to do it. So he's done. And then SFR, the exact same problem, right? Sitting on $500 with a 5 train, and now we're trying to upgrade to help the National here. So here's 2, 4, 6, which these do help the National, but oh my goodness, it's like the National needs to do so much more. And really, 1 major is not enough to upgrade everything. That's what I'm learning. It's the same problem you have here. Like, this is a great, but you only have 1 other major helping you, typically. Whereas here you have 3 majors and a national. This is 3 majors and a national. If you get rid of all of these majors and there's only, then it becomes harder. But anyways, SFR, to do its run, you can see they made it to Germany. So they're also down here. Yeah, they're fine. So we got 10 for 1, 10 for 2, 12 for 3. And then 8 for 4, and then 12 for 5. Plus the 10 for the whistle stops. That's a 620. And I forgot to add the 10 for the OE bonus. So it's a 720 just like he had. So he's got the exact same dilemma. He's going to have to half cap. Oh, look at that. And he's going to be able to get a 5D, so he'll take it. So these guys are stuck. The half cap didn't help him. But hopefully the next operating round, since they're not selling trains anymore, he's going to get 3 operating rounds worth of boosts instead of 2. Okay. Those 2 are done. Now we have OU and MIDI next, which are both of these guys. The only difference is 1 has a Pullman. They're both doing 5+5, and they're going to upgrade France. So I'm going to just run them together because they're going to they basically have the same tokens. So first thing we're going to do is we have 12 points to upgrade France. So this is 2 points. This is 4 points. And then we can do, let's do them first. 2 and 4. And of course we 2, 4, and then we have 6, 8, 10, 12. So we're going to grab one of these, and one of these, and one of those, and one of those. Right, so I mean that's the thing. You got all these majors helping your nationals, right? And now France is very upgraded compared to like Germany. It's just the power of numbers. So with a 5+5, we got a 20 for 1, and then easily a 10 for 2. Actually, I'm thinking we completed this, so we could do 10 for 2. See, if I could bypass this, that would have been helpful. So this is the same thing, 10 for 2. And then this doesn't work. And now I could go through here finally. So 10 for 3. But the problem is then I'm, just getting 8 and 8. Or if I come through this way, I can do 8 for 4. And then I can finish here 12 for 5. And then 10 for the whistle stops. So that's a 70. $70 for him. 7. So he's going to get 210. He's going to pay full. And then this one's going to be a 75 because he has a Pullman. And it looks like he could easily pay full. Yeah. Yep, and then he'll pay 1,000 and get himself 5D. So Mitty's a little bit better. And heck, Mitty could sell this train and afford a 4D later. So OU is not quite as good, but it is what it is. Fantastic situation for him. Look at this. And he's capped. We're not. He's doing great. BJV is next. So we're looking at a 9 and a 13. Only 8 points. So these are still the better call. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And then we can do that for 9. Two. My goodness. Got to use 3 of them. So 4, 6, and 8. There we go. This is going to be good, even though the upgrades are hard to come by. This is a good national for future games. So city limit's 9, and it's doing a 13. So we're already going to get upgraded cities automatically. So it's a 13. There's 13 towns as well. And that's the one thing that's going to hurt him because he has 2 towns he hasn't covered. 3. So that should mean he only has 10 towns. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So he's going to start with 10 towns. And of those 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are upgraded. So that's a bit of a downgrade for him. And then he has a 5 for the Pullman, which is good because that's better than most. And the cities, though, are going to get him some decent revenue. So he's going to get 8. Oops, sorry. 21. He's going to get 8 for the for this city. And then 10 for 2. and then 12 for 3, and then 6 for 4, 4 for 5, 6 for 6, 6 for 7, 6 for 8, and then 6 for 9, and then 6 for 10, 6 for 11, 6 for 12, 6 for 13. So that is I mean, for a national that's not being supported, look at this. $1,090. That's a fantastic run for a national. And you know why? Because of this. I mean, the trains help. And if you would have busted over 9 earlier, remember this one was struggling so much. But anyways, very proud of it. Lizard is the last one, and that is also a national. But Lizard's in great shape. What's he looking at? He's looking at a 13 as well. And a lot of stuff is already upgraded. But let's do 2, 4, 6, and 8. So he needs this for one of them. That for another. So we might be doing overkill. Because, like, I have run out of these tokens playing this game. But it's because I'm upgrading too much. The National never needs this many cities upgraded. Like, look, there's cities that we haven't even touched in Russia. So it is a 13-13. So we're looking at 5 for the Pullman, and then 13 whistle stops. And I'm pretty sure he has 13 upgraded. We're looking at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Holy smokes. He only has 11 upgraded whistle stops. And then we're going to do 13 cities. 8 for 1. 10 for 2. 6 for 3. 10 for 4. 8 for 5. 8 for 6. 8 for 7. 8 for 8. 6 for 9. 6 for 10. 6 for 11. 6 for 12. And 6 for 13. You know what? He almost needed to use all of them. There were 2 more left. But very, very good run. 1,250. All right, so now what trains is he going to buy? I don't think he should buy this one. I do think he can afford this one, so we'll buy this for 237. I went the wrong way. And then he'll buy this for 300. And that means 2 more 4 trains is going to be available, and that's going to help the Italian and German national who have been suffering a bit here. So what I did, I got rid of 2 4 trains, and I upgraded 1, 2, 3 points. So we said we had 2 extra cities, but now I'm realizing I got to get some whistle stops, and we probably got to get at least 1 more city upgraded. But other than that, he's well on his way. Okay, that's the end of the operating round. We move to operating round 2. Pay the privates. And this is an important one here. He's getting $60. Look how short he is of being able to afford a 5D. I don't know if a 5D will be available for him. There's only 3 left. But we're back at the top. So it is Plum and Mav. Plum, of course, being a national. That's 5, 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12. This, of course, possible issue, but I think he's going to buy from here. But he's at a 12 right now. And what are the statistics? There's 13 total cities and 16 towns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 upgraded whistle stops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we're going to have to spend 2 points, 4 points. Let's get these 2 cities upgraded. And then this is 6 points. Because that's French. Then for the 8, yeah, let's upgrade this. Okay, so let's get her done. We're looking at 9. It's a 12 plus 12. So 1 less city and almost all the towns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I see 12. 12 upgraded cities. So that's 12 plus 12. And then the Pullman is going to get him a 5. That's where these, giving them a permanent, just 1, makes the Pullman like worth so much more. And so now we got to come up with 12 here. So we got 10 for 1, 8 for 2, 8 for 3, 8 for 4, 8 for 5, 10 for 6, and then we got 6 for 7, 6 for 8, 6 for 9, 6 for 10, 6 for 11, and 6 for 12. So 1 city we didn't hit. Which one would that be? Or maybe I just didn't count all the, because that's part of Germany. I mean, I guess it's not worth sweating over too much, but I think according to it, there's another city out here somewhere. Anyways, that's a 117 run, which is a great run. Pay that in full. Excuse me. Gonna get rid of the 3 and buy the 5. So the 5's gonna get him 237. So more than enough to buy a 4D, which is great. So that's done for him. And then next up is Mav. So we have a 6. Oh my gosh, we still have a 4. This 4 melted. How did he still have a 4? Yeah, that melted whenever the trains rested a long time ago. That would mean that one of these guys would have been able to pick up that 4. So I am gonna, I mean, technically he ran with 1 less value than he should have had, but we'll give him the 4. So let's get going. We got a 6+6. Obviously, there's the National to help, but he also potentially has to help himself. He's actually in good shape. Maybe he needs to put a token somewhere. The fact that he has a token here helps. And here. Yeah, so he's good. So then for, his 6 points, we can do this for 2. Then we can do this for 4. All right. So good news is he can do 12 plus 20. That's already 2. And then here's what I'm thinking. He could probably do the world tour, right, to add stuff to his run, and then he could use this to do something else. We got to be careful because if he's trying to come up through here and the world tour goes beyond this city, he's in trouble. So, but because he has a token here, he can go world tour and actually end up here. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if he buys a 5D, he's fine. He just skips this if he needs to do a 4D. Then he can use this to come up and hit other stuff. So he's good. So 12 plus 20, that's for 2. And here's 10 for 3. And then he's got a 6. So we've come up through here, right? And I'm going to go this way and then do 10 for 4. 2, 3, 4. And then 10 for 5. And then just add this 8 for 6. And then 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So that's an 82 run. And the drawback, of course, to winning the really nice trains is I do have to half cap, because even though I only need a few bucks, that's the only way I can get them the money. And that is enough to get a beautiful train. So now there's only 2 left. All right, so next up is Chin. And this is our national. So we're looking at the money here. 3,800, 3,800, 3,900. Yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do. But we have a 9 plus 4 is 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got to get 1 upgraded for 13. So we can do that. And then it's the cities. That's the biggest issue here. So that was 2. And then this is 4, 6, and 8. And we got 4, 6, and 8. I mean, that's helpful, but man, I got other cities that need to go. Should I have not spent the 2 points on this and spent the 2? Like, this is actually worth more money than this. I'm going to leave it be, though. I'm just being lazy. So let's do, what do we say? It's a 13, which is good. So Just dropped my mouse. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start with 13 for the whistle stops, and then 13 for the upgraded, because everything's upgraded. But then we have 5 more, because this is a super upgraded. That's a 31, just in whistle stops alone. And then we're going to add 5 for the Pullman. So we're at 36. That's fantastic. So now let's do 13 cities. How many cities do we have? We have 16. So there's 3 I'm going to have to do. So we're going to do 8 for 1, 12 for 2, 8 for 3. I'm going to wait. 8 for 4, 8 for 5, 10 for 6, 6 for 7, 6 for 8, 6 for 9, 4 for 10, 4 for 11, 4 for 12, and I think I got to drop to 3 for 13. So not quite as good as it could have been, but still, it's an amazing run. $1,230. That's fantastic. So everybody got a good payday there. That was Chin. Next up, these guys. All right, so we got a big group. Oh, I was supposed to decide C company. That would be OU. So we could have had them run before he ran, which could have upgraded some more French track. That was a mistake on my part, but I forgot to do it. So BHB first has a 4D with a 1+1 and the ability to buy one of those juicy trains. So what does he upgrade? I mean, the National's doing great. I mean, he could help there. I mean, he'd be helping the German National here, but these are actually, whistle stops are becoming less important if you have a double train. His tokens are where he wants them to be. He does need a North Seas token. I don't think he can afford, well, he can. So yeah, he's going to pay 125. Get a North Seas token. And then let's see what we can do. So it's a 4D. So now we have a 30. For 1. And then a 12 for 2. Oh, I'm sorry, a 24 for 2. And then if I could find a port where I don't have to go through a city, that's what I'm looking for. Like if this was a port right here, or like, see this? If I had track that didn't go through a city, but just took me to this port, I can use my token to just, bam, bam. Like right here. Bam, bam. I can do New York and then come in here and then just keep going to Germany. And that's actually a great plan, which I didn't do a very good job of implementing. But anyways, for my fourth one, I'm sorry, my third city, I can do one of these, or even this one, and this one. I'm not going to be able to get New York in, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to add 24 for London, and then 16 for one of the other ones. That's still a 940. So we're going to pay full. Let's see. 94 for the people who bought the 1 shares. Then we get the big payout, which is good, good, good. Also, or I'm sorry, that's Lord Premium, and he'll spend 1,000 to get one of those juicy trains. Next is Bell, which is a national. It's a 12 plus 12. I honestly don't know where the other city is. That's Germany. Unless I accidentally covered one up. I feel like everything is upgraded. I mean, we have these 2 whistle stops we can upgrade. If there's a city here that I'm missing, then we will upgrade it with whatever points he has left, but I think we're good. We got everything upgraded but that 1 whistle stop right there. So, with that in mind, 12 plus 12, there's 13 total cities. Oh, this. Oh man, did I forget to count that? I think I did. That would have been... No, I didn't. So, all but 1 city, and then, see, we don't even hit all the towns. So, 12 plus 12. So 24 for the whistle stops. And then the Pullman is going to be a 4. That's a 28. And here we go. 10 for 1. 8 for 2. 8 for 3. 8 for 4. 8 for 5. 10 for 6. And then 6 for 7. 6 for 8. 6 for 9. 6 for 10. 6 for 11. And 6 for 12. 116. Like, I still don't know where the 13th one is. That's the part that's befuddling me. Or maybe I'm not counting this one because I'm skipping over. Anyways, excellent run. $1,160. That was no laughing matter. SFAI 4811. We at least have some upgrades in. We'll do this for 2 and 4. Yeah, we're running low on stuff. Okay. So anyways, that was 4 points. And then we have 6 and 8 points. So 6 and then 8. So at least got him up to brown. Still got 2 yellows over here. Not the best of shape, but anyways. 11 plus 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is there really only 10? It says there's 18 whistle stops. No. Yeah, there's 10. So 10. Well, 11 whistle stops. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 upgraded. And then the Pullman is a 4. And then we're going to do 11 cities here. So 8 for 1, 4 for 2, 6 for 3, 10 for 4, 6 for 5, 8 for 6, 8 for 7, 8 for 8, and then 2 for 9 and 2 for 10. All right. Done. Mr. Pob. Yeah, he's probably gonna. Well, he might not, because it'd be nice to pay full. Anyways, he's got a 4D. And his national is fine. So we're looking at, I mean, actually, there's one thing he could do. Gives him $50. So he bought the last 5D. All right. So anyways, his 4D is running 30, 50, plus 24, plus 20. That's a 940. Painful. Then Lawnmower and like they were hoping to get the money, but now actually they could just buy a 4D and pay full, which I think he needs that. So a 4D for Lawnmower. Lawnmower though has, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I think so that's 3, 4, and then we can just do this for 5, 6. Okay, so Lawnmower has a 4D, and the 30 for the Ottomans is so good. I mean, this is actually a 32 though. So I actually think I may want to do this instead of that. Because yeah, that'll be a 30. But this is the 32. So that would be 32 plus 24 plus 20 plus 16. So you're looking at a 92 if you did the first one. So let's erase that, and then let's do 30 plus 20 plus 16 plus 24. That's a 90 if I do it this way. So yeah, it's a 92. Pay that in full. Spend the 850. Now he's set. Next up, GWR has a 5D, which is a bit better, and a 2+2. So with the 5D, he can do it. So he has, does he have the North Seas token? Yes. So here it's a 30 for 1, 20 for 2, 16 for 3, 24 for 4, and then 32 for 5. That's a 122. And then he gets to do a 2 train. So he's going to do New York again for 16, and then 24, and then 4 for the whistle stops. This is with just 1 train, folks. 1,660. Oh, then he had a Pullman, so 80 more. Okay, so they're done. Then it's us. So MZA is first. MZA has a 6/6 and a 5D, and nowhere to put a token. So we got to be really careful here. This was the plan. We're going to upgrade this. That has to be done. South Seas token is only needed for 1. I'm sorry, South Sea token eliminates 2, but then this token eliminates these 2. So we can do an OE run through here. Then I can use this to go this way. I have to hit a crappy city, but I can at least hit something. That's anything that's open. Most of them are going to be 8 cities. Maybe I can include London. I don't know if I can. It's going to be convoluted, but we can make it work. And then the 5D is what's important, because we're going to go here for 30. I'm sorry. Yeah, 30. That's 1. And then here for 16 for 2. And then 20 for 3. And then 16 for 4. And then 32 for 5. And then we're also going to upgrade this for track points, because we got another 2 for that, and then another 2 for that. Okay, so anyways, that's a 114 so far. And we hit this, and this. We didn't hit this one. So now I got to do a 6+6 train. So here we're going to do 8 for 1, right? I got to do a 6 for 2. Then I'm going to do an 8 for 3. But then where am I going from here? I could do 4, 5, 6, which is just as good as any. Actually, I can do 4. So I'm going to do 10 for 4. And I'm going to go all the way up here. Do 10 for 5, and then 10 for 6. And then that's going to also help me hit a whole bunch of whistle stops. So I can get 12 for the upgraded whistle stops. Oh my gosh, this is not in my path. Because I didn't go this way. That hurts. It would have been nice to hit this. That's the whole point of putting that there, is all of my trains would hit that. But it doesn't. Anyways, 1,780 is the run. So we're going to pay that in full. And did you see that? All of that just went to me. And I think that's his final numbers. So when we blitz, I don't think he's going to do any better. He had this too, so he could easily have crossed whatever C zones he needed to. So would there have been a way to come through here, right? So hit these and then start here and then just, because these two get canceled. Yeah, that's right. He could start here and then just land there. Oh my gosh, then he wouldn't have to do this. So that would have been an extra 2. And then he also would have hit this, which is an extra 5. So that's another 70. Yeah, his run's even better. DSJ is next. We weren't able to... Actually, I was supposed to sell this when he went. I wonder why I didn't buy it. Or maybe I forgot. So anyways, we'll sell it. And this guy should be upgraded because he went. This one hasn't gone yet, has he? No, he's coming up. But that one did. So, okay. Getting back to our thing. This guy should have an extra $300. And then we're doing our 5D. So now this is where it gets interesting. I think I can start here. Well, actually, no, I'm tokened, so I can start here. I got 24 plus 30 for 2. Plus 20. Oops. 20 for 3. Plus 20 for 4. So I'm going to skip Moscow because I want to go here because this is a 12 and that's a 24 for me. That's 1,180 with just one train. So we'll pay that in full. And then pay $850. Grab a 4D. So now here's the thing. I did that with a 5. I technically have one more great stop. So let's say I'm adding the 4 now, and that's one of them. This would be 2. I get to skip this, so this would be 3. And then I want to be able to hit this for 4. The problem is I'm not tokened here, so I have 3 things I would have to overcome, and I don't think I can. So then I'm just hitting this for 4, which it's still a great run. It's going to be a fantastic run, in fact. So anyways, he's done, and now we have RCP. Now I'm looking at the situation and I'm finally catching up, but these guys are tokened out and I'm not. Or certificate wise. So we have this guy's still going to make a lot more money because most of his stuff hasn't even run. I'm playing a little bit of catch up, but I think I am catching up. I got one more to run. He's done and isn't even close. He still has 2 to run. He has 3 to run, but not close. This one has 2 more or 3 more, so he'll catch up. All right, RCP. So similar situation, 6+6 and a 5D. So we're going to do the same thing that we just figured out. So let's start with the 5D. So we're going to do a 30 plus 16 plus 20 plus 16 plus 32 for the 5. And then we're going to do, it's a 6+6, right? Yeah. So here we're going to do an 8 for 1. And then this token alone goes here for an 8 for 2, 8 for 3. Then we can hit a 10 for 4 and a 10 for 5. Oh, and then a 10 for 6. Or we can even, nope. We don't have the bypass here, or I could do a 12 for 6. So let's put the bypass in. 2, 4. Where am I going to help my national? The bypass will get me an extra $20 in my run. Because I could, nope, I can't finish here because I got to come through here to get up to there. So yeah, I can't do this. So I'm just going to add 10. Crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Then a 10 for 6. So how am I getting 3 10s? 1, 2. I think that one's for 3. Then 4, 5, 6. Yes, that is correct. So MZA and RCP are going to run pretty much the same. $1,680. That's a great payout. And that's giving me what I need for my edge. And that's the difference between paying full and still half capping. So try to get your train for the final blitz. Okay, there was a thought I had and I lost it. I needed to do something. Oh, I have to lay track. So we got, for example, this is 2, this is 4, and then we can do this for 6. So just put one of those in for that one. And the other one goes like so. There we go, 2, 4, 6. And we already bought the train for him. Yep, we're good. All right, so they're done. Then we do SB next. That's right, I think we chose not to sell that. We were going to try to decide that later. So when he ran, should he have bought this train from him? And the answer is yes. So let's discard another 4. $237. Take. Then we're going to do a 5D run for SB. We're going to help because this is 4 track points. And that's 6. There we go. All right, 5D. 24 plus 30 plus 20 for 3 plus 16 plus 24. I think it's $85 back. That is 400. His half cap was 570, so he had to half cap. That 400 wasn't enough to buy this, even with the 10% discount. Okay, yeah, so the half cap hurt him a little, but he's poised for great runs. Then, let's see, who's after him? KSS. So it's a 369. Right, so he's a 9 plus 9. But we're going to be able to upgrade him. For later. But right now it's a 9 plus 9. And man, there's so much work to do. It's 2. That gets him to 6. There we go, 8. Okay. 9 plus 9. 3 for the Pullman. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do Pullmans. So this would have been another 8. Anyways, 3 for the Pullman, plus 9 for the whistle stops. Then 2, 4, 6 upgrades. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 8. So 40 for 5, 12 for 6, 6 for 7, 6 for 8, and $4 for 9. Yeah. Okay. You guys are next. MSP. I'm gonna run a 5D. $30 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. So that's 4. And we can throw this in for another plus 20. So close, but he has to half cap. Then WW, 4D, and a 6 plus 6. You got to be a little more careful with this one, but I think the 4D is easy. So we're going to do 30 for 1, 20 for 2. Yeah, 20 for 3, and then 20 for 4. And then the 6 plus 6, we can start up here because we went this way in. So we can do 10 for 1, 8 for 2, 8 for 3, 8 for 4, 8 for 5, and 12 for 6. And then 12 for the whistle stops. Oh man, look at the money he got for paying full because he still has shares. Right, but he's done. So now GSWR 612. He has a 17 plus 17. There's only 16 towns and 11 cities. So everything needs to be upgraded. Absolutely everything. And all he has to do is spend 4 points here. Should be everything. So 17 plus 17. So here we go. We know he has 17 whistle stops. And then his Pullman is a 6. But the upgraded whistle stops, the off-map ones aren't upgraded. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we should have been able to just verify by looking at this. Yes, 16. So 16 of them are upgraded. That's already a 39. And then we got to do 17 cities, but there's only 11 on the map. So we can solve for this. So we're going to do 6 times 6, right? That's for the ones that are off the map. And then we got to do the 11 that are on the map. So we're going to start with 12 for 1, 10 for 2, 6 for 3, 8 for 4, 6 for 5, 8 for 6. Oh my gosh. What am I smoking? There's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be upgraded. I had track points with my other nationals, like BHB. I don't know what I was thinking. Now I think we're fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 6 for 7. 5 for 8. 6 for 9. 6 for 10. And 6 for 11. Yeah, that's a great run. And that paid in full. All right. MKV is next. $5D and a 6+6. Should be very similar to some other runs here. We got a 30 for 1, 20 for 2, 16 for 3, 20 for 4, and then 20 for 5. And then we put an MKV token somewhere, like here. So now he just has to do a 6+6 run. And we can start up here. So we can do 10 for 1, 8 for 2. Then just to make sure we're including this, that's 8 for 3. We can even do this as 8 for 4. And I can do 8 for 5. Or 8 for 5. I can't. If I upgrade these, I can come through here and then come back. Because I can't go through this, so fine. We'll upgrade these. And then that's 8 for 6. And then 12 for whistle stops. Alright, so just to make that work the way it's supposed to. That is not what I'm looking for. We want that. So that way you can come down, go through here. Thank goodness he has more track points. There we go. It took 6 track points to pull it off. Okay. Then his run was 1680. So he'll pay in full. And then because he has the money sitting around, and I should be remembering to do this with other people, he should have got a Pullman. And he actually had 2 more track points, so there was no worries about track points with him. I think we needed to help. I think we had a situation where there wasn't enough whistle stops. Okay. Okay, now these two, starting with KBS, 4 and a 5. He's going to help the German national here. That's 4 points. 6 points. So all that just for 2 upgrades, but it makes a big difference. I'm curious how we're going to run this. So 4D and a 5+5 is a lot of stops. Let's start with the 4D first. I know he has a spot down here, but we're going to place a token. Yes, he can afford it. He's going to go up in Moscow. Right, so 30 for 1, 20 for 2, 20 for 3, and then 20 for 4. So he just did a 4D run up to here. So now he can do his 5+5, which can start anywhere, really. He can't use this track. He could start here. I don't think it matters, but anyways, let's start here for 12 for 1. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we'll do this. +8, +8, +8, +12. And then 10 for the whistle stops. Sounds good. Now he has SFR, who needs to almost do the exact same thing. And SFR helping this guy is so painful. The National really should have upgraded this instead of this. Oh, here we go. 2, 4, that's 6 points right there. Just upgrade one of these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So for the 5D, 30 +20 +20 +16 +24. And then for the regular, 12 for 1, 8 for 2, 8 for 3, 10 for 4, and then 8 for 5, and then 10 for whistle stops. OU and MIDI. So let's start with OU. It's a 5 and a 4D. Do we have enough tokens everywhere? I don't know. We should be okay. So let's do the 5. 30 +20 here, +20 there for 3, then 16 for 4, and 20 for 5. And then we can start here with a 10 for 1, plus 8 for 2, plus 6 for 3, plus 10 for 4, plus 8 for 5. Could he have gone to New York? No, not really. And then 10 for whistle stops. It was a good payout. Then we got MIDI. It only has a 5D. And I should have captured what the 5D was. It was 30 plus 20 plus 20 plus 16 plus 20. And then the Pullman is a plus 8 more. And speaking of which, take another Pullman. So we're looking at 1,140. And you know what? We have this. We're going to put it right here on this guy. And give it to MIDI. So he doesn't have to count that for his 4D. So he can do his roundabout, get to here, come through here, hit this, and then boom, go to New York. So that means MIDI needs to also spend, get a North Sea token. All right. He also had a Pullman. Okay. BJV. It's a 14. We do have some work to do. Although a lot of it is done. Here's 2. And then we have to do, that way we can at least count it. 3, 4, 5, 6. And upgrading one of these to a green doesn't do me anything. So that's it. All right. So we at least have all the whistle stops covered now. So now we got a 14. So we can do 13 for the towns, 5 for the Pullman, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 for the upgrades, and then 13. 12 for 1, 10 for 2, 8 for 3, 6 for 4, 6-5, 6-6, 6-7, 6-8, 6-9, and then 6-10, 6-11, 6-12, 6-13. Yeah, this is always a great plan. All right, that's great. And Lizard. We're going to run him, and if I have to spend track points, I will. So it's a 16 plus 16. And 6 for the Pullman, 16 for the whistle stops, and then let's make sure he has 16 upgraded. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I needed to be helping him. So there's 13. $14, $15. Like when we were running MKV or MSP, I wasn't spending points, so that's why I'm just plowing through right now. That one's not in that region. Oh, these ones are cheaper. So is that one. There we go, 16. And there's no excuse. He had plenty of chances to do that. And then it's just a matter of 16 of these, which now this is actually a more interesting question. I may not have enough. So 8 for 1, 8 for 2, 8 for 3, 8 for 4, 10 for 5, 6 for 6, 10 for 7, 8 for 8, 6 for 9, 6 for 10, 6 for 11, 6 for 12, 6 for 13, 6 for 14, 6 for 15. I need one more. And then 6 for 16. I was getting lazy with doing my track points, so I'm pretty sure we had plenty to pull this off. It's a big payout. Okay, so now we go to the stock round. Should be fairly quick. He can buy 1 share, and then we're gonna just close the privates here. So you can buy several shares. Remember, all this stuff is already bought out. So if we're looking at my stuff was the final, right? So SB was also sold out. So then the next valuable is 225 or 200. So KISS, of course, is a national. It hasn't been doing super great, so I don't know if you want to buy that. But if you go into here, you got MSP and WW, which are sitting on some pretty good trains. So he's going to buy a share of MSP for 200. And those have already been sold. So there you go. 1 share for 200. And then we get here, he's capped. Capped. We have room for 2. I am also going to buy a share of MSP. He is going to buy a share of MSP. Capped. And then share of MSP. So now MSP joins wherever the MSP token went. I don't know where the other MSP token is. There it is. It joins the crew. Capped. Capped. We can buy one more. It's not like looking like KBS ran really well. Some of them went even higher and it just doesn't register. So it's hard to, I mean, some of these, you could still see what they ran for. Like, I'm looking for cash here. I mean, for pure cash, I would buy a KISS. I guess the other one is WW, which they ran for a 1560. That's not horrible. I feel like anybody that has higher than this is going to do better. So, for example, these guys are all going to do great, but they're all sold out. This ran for a 1540. That's really good. MSP really was the gem, but POB should be sold out. It is. Right here, MIDI is looking good. Except MIDI is way down here. WW still has shares here, so he didn't even sell his shares. Sure, I'm going to spend 200 on a WW. And not that it matters, because they're just doing blitz runs, but WW technically gets the money. Okay, then we get to Mr. Premium here. Yeah, he'll take WW. Capped. WW. I'm not going to give WW the money. I'm capped. WW. It's now in the Cool Kids Club. Capped. One more share of something. So we're now, all of these are bought out, right? So it's either MKV at 180 or KISS or GSWR. KISS ran for 1660. It's actually really good. GSWR ran for less. So that's 225. Well, that's his own company. He can't do that. So he'll buy a GSWR for 200. So I think everybody's capped now, except for him. Now this creates an interesting dilemma. There's only 3 shares of GSWR out there. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and get all 3 of these shares. And so he's going to brute force GSWR to the Cool Kids Club. And then 30, 31, he can buy 3 more shares of something. So there's 4 shares, 4 shares. There's only 3 of MKV. And remember, MKV was close. So he can buy this one for 180 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And I know that spent a lot of his money, but he's going to do pretty well with that. And that moved MKV to the Cool Kids Club. All right, stock round is over. So let's start with Plum and Mav get a free bump. And I got to take it out of here. Plum and Mav. So where do I want to put them? Let's put them in the market. Then Chin gets the free bump. Everybody here gets the free bump, which is VHB, Bell, SFAI, POB, GWR, and Lawnmower. These guys get a bump. It's MCA, RCP, DSJ. SB gets a bump. GSWR gets a bump. These guys get a bump. And then MKV gets a bump. There you go. That's how it looks. All right. Should be no privates left. It doesn't matter that he's getting paid. This is double blitz time, and then it's the end of the game. So let's start. C Company doesn't care, so we're going to just start here. With the double blitz, they get hurt. They can only move once, and it is capped. They can't move anymore, so they suffer, and Chin is going to catch up, and so is everything else. But we got Plum and Mav. So Plum is at a 14. And the Pullman is a 5. So 5 for the Pullman, 14 for the whistle stops, 14 for the upgrades. And then it's 1 more town than he actually has. So we're going to just do the 6 for the 1 more town. Then we have 10 for 1, 8 for 2, 6 for 3, 6 for 4, 6 for 5, 8 for 6, 6 for 7, 6 for 8, 6 for 9, 10 for 10, 8 for 11, and 8 for 12. I still don't know where the 13th one is. It's almost like I covered it up when I shouldn't have. Or I put a whistle stop where there should have been a town. Oh, maybe it's this one. I thought I counted it though. But that would be 6 more. Anyways, it's 1,330. Pay once. Pay again. All right, he is done. Then we got Mav, 5D and a 6/6 and a Pullman. So let's add the 8 for the Pullman right now. And then the 5D is going to be 24 plus 30 plus 20. That's 3 plus 20 plus 20. That's a 5D. And then he has to do a 6 plus 6. I know we put a Mav token somewhere. Where did we put it? Or did I say, because like when I came through here, I ruined this. I could always take this one out and then just throw, this in. I can do that if I don't have Mav anywhere else. Yeah, that hurts. All right, so I got to subtract 20 and add 16. I know I could have done that math in my head, but it's done. So now we're going to do his 6 plus 6. So I'm going to do the 12 for the whistle stops first. Then here's 8 for 1. So when he came through, he went like this. So we do 8 for 1, 10 for 2, 8 for 3, 8 for 4, 8 for 5, and then 12 for 6. There we go. $18.40, pay once, pay twice. Okay, and then Chin is going to move twice and catch him. It sometimes helps to just going to list them like this. So Chin, we are looking at 15 plus 15, which I'm pretty happy with. So we're going to do 6 for the Pullman, and then 15 for the whistle stops. And there's 21 total towns and 16 total cities. So I do have to deal with some of the fact that my cities didn't get upgraded. But for the whistle stops, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them upgraded. And then this one's another plus 5. Yeah, that's a 39. That's fantastic. Then we have 15 cities. So 8 for 1, 12 for 2, 8 for 3, skipping, 8 for 4, 8 for 5, 10 for 6, 6 for 7, 6 for 8, 6 for 9, 6 for 10, 6 for 11, 4 for 12, 4 for 13, 4 for 14, I don't even know where's the city that I'm missing. I feel like I didn't count this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 6s. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4s. All right. What did I run last time? Yeah, we did do better. Okay, so this is 1,410. Pay once, pay twice. Done. Next, these guys bump twice to 490, and that's a whole bunch of stocks that are worth 490. BHB being the first. 5D and 4D with a 1+1. Let's not forget that. This is going to be an amazing run. So let's try to chain it all together if we can. So we got 30 for 1, 20 for 2, 20 for 3. Then I'm going to count this as my 1+1. So I'm just going to do an 8. And then the 1 for the, or I'm sorry, a 2 for the whistle stop. So we did a 1, 2, 3 so far. I got to do 9. This is 4 for 24. And then we're going to do 5 for 16. 6 for 24. 7 for 20. 8 for 16. And I better have a North Seas token with this guy. I do. Good, good, good. And then 32 for 9. Yeah, that's an amazing run. Oh, I'm teasing. 2,120. Might be one of the highest we've gotten. So 1. Look at that. He's getting 1,200 for that. Then pay again. So everybody who invested in BHB got some nice investment, and that helped him. He needed that to catch back up. Bell is a 4-8-12. This was a 14, right? And this is a 12. The 14 ran for 330. So I'm going to start at 330, and I'm subtracting. I'm sorry, that was a 1330. So that's a 133. So I'm starting at the 133. I have to subtract 1 for the Pullman, right? And then I'm going to subtract, because this is a 12 versus a 14. So I got to subtract 4 for the whistle stops, and then I have to subtract 12 for the 2 cities. It's 1160, which is exactly what he ran last time. So we did it right. Pay once, pay twice. Done. SFAI, running at a 12. Only 10 towns and 10 cities. So as long as I have everything dotted. All right, so 4 for the Pullman, 12 for the towns, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 upgrades. And then for the cities, 12 for the off map, that's 2. Plus 4 for 3, plus 8 for 4, plus 6 for 5, 6 for 6, 10 for 7, 8 for 8, 8 for 9, 8 for 10, 6 for 11, and 2 for 12. Okay, it's a respectable final number. Pay once, pay twice. Pub. Looking for a monster run. Should be similar to BHB, except he can't go to New York. So we're going to have to be a little more careful here. All right, so 30 for 1, 20 for 2, 20 for 3, 16 for 4, 24, for 5. So that's the 5D. Now he has a 4D, and we're going to start here again. So 24 for 1. And we're going to do just any of these. 16 for 2, 16 for 3, and then 24 for 4. There we go. That's POB. $1,900. Pay once, pay twice. This guy's going to be tough to beat. Lawnmower. 2 4Ds with a North Sea token. So I'm actually going to start from New York because that's where we want to do this. So we're going to do 32 for 1. And then we can land here for 16 for 2. And then 20 for 3. 24 for 4. 16 for 5. $20 for 6. 16 for 7. And then 30 for 8. Could have done this in a way where I basically go to London twice. Probably, because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can do another. Yeah, let's do this again. I gotta clear it all. Okay, we're gonna do 32 for 1, 16 for 2, 20 for 3, and then 24 for 4. That's one train. Then we're gonna start here again and do another 24 plus a 16 for 2, then a 20 for 3, and a 30 for 4. There, that's much better. Pay full and pay full again. Now we have GWR, who basically has a similar run, but it's a 5D and a 4D. And still has the North Sea token. So I got to be careful here. 2 of these are eaten up, 1 by the North Sea. The North Sea can negate another, but GWR should have put a token here so we can land and then do this. We could easily have done that on him. Nope, he has no money, so not doing that. But I can hit New York twice. I just can't go through this. I can't do this situation. I can go with the 2 train into London, and then with one of the 4 trains, I can go into London again. It just, yeah, I gotta do the London route because London cancels these 2, and then I can do this twice. So let's start with the 2 train. That's the easier one. It's a 16 plus a 12 plus a 4. That's simple enough. And then we have a 5D and a 4D. Let's start with the 4D. So we're going to do a 32 plus a 24 plus a 20 plus a 16. That's the 4D. Okay, now we're going to do the 5D, which is 24 again, plus 16 for 2. I know we're going to do 30 for 3. So it's just a matter of adding 2 more. I can do these 2. Yeah, that's as good as any. So I'm going to add 20 plus 16 again. Nope, I can do this. So instead of 16, I'm going to add 4 more. I screwed up everything. Oh, man. 16 plus 12 plus 4. Then 32 plus 24 plus 20 plus 16. That's a 124. Then 24 plus 16 plus 20 plus 20 for 4 plus 30 for 5. There we go. And we knew he was going to take the crown. That's a really great run. But see, this is Lord Premium, right? Look at these runs that Lord Premium's doing. Pay once, pay twice. It's not going to be enough. Although he does have nice shares, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Right, those guys are done. Now my crew. So I'm going to get to make some money now. Let's start with MZA. MZA and RCP should get the same exact runs. They both have the same exact train, same exact situation. MZA does have extra C points, so maybe I can do New York twice. I don't think I might be able to do some weird New York down. I don't know. We'll figure something out here. But let's start with the the 5D. So we're at 30 for 1, 16 for 2, 20 for 3, 16 for 4, and then 32 for 5. That's 114. Then we're going to do the 6 plus 6. So we got the 12 for the whistle stops, plus 8 for 1, 8 for 2, 8 for 3, 10 for 4, 10 for 5, 10 for 6. Yeah, that works out. Fantastic. And then I always forget, but 8 for the Pullman. $1,880. Pay once, pay twice. All of that went right into my coffers. And then I'm going to do RCP since we're on the topic. 1,880. Pay once, pay twice. Then DSJ has a 9D, basically. So we're going to do 8 for the Pullman. Then we're going to do a 9D. And I'm going to try to... I want to hit this twice. Or I think I do. New York is actually really good. So 30 for 1. 20 for 2. 20 for 3. 20 for 4. That's fine. So instead of this, I'm hitting this. And then here, 24 for 5. That's 122. Then I'm going to add 24 for 1 plus 24 for 2. I get to skip. I can't go through London. So I can't do the 24 here. I'm skipping this. Uh-oh. I mean, I could for sure do these two. I was trying to get him in. Yeah, I can't figure out how to get this. I got to get to a port. This is too far away. I mean, I cancel these two. Oh, you know what? I cancel these two. I can get there, but then I got to add 2 more stops somehow. And I can't, double track or anything like that. But this 32 is so massive. So what if I went here for 6 instead of... I mean, if I would have done the track right, I could have come around and gone through here and hit this. Heck, even hit this port. Or, heck, I could go here and hit this port. That's Glasgow. So this would be a 12. So let's do the math. 24, 44, right? For these two. This is 12 plus 32. It's 44. So it's the same. Anyways, all right, let's do 20 plus 24 and call it a day. All right, DSJ had a wonderful run. 2,140. So we're right up there with the premiums. We even did better than BHB, but not as good as him. Pay once, pay twice. So that's it. All my stuff is done. So he still has all of his trains to run. So he'll likely pass me, and my only hope is I have better stocks. I don't think he's going to catch us. He still has 2 more to go. I think he's out of the game. I'm concerned about him, who has more money than me already. Oof. Okay. So we are done with all of ours. Now we got SB running twice with a 5D and a 4D. So 24 for 1, 30 for 2, 20 for 3, 20 for 4, and 20 for 5. That puts them to 1,140. SB is also here. Did we buy a North Sea token? He could have. So he has one. He had plenty of money. 16 for 1, 20 for 2, 24 for 3, and then 32 for 4. Yeah. Fantastic run for him. Pay once, pay twice. Okay, SP is done. These guys are next. MSP is first. 5D, 4D. Okay, I gotta think about this. $30 for 1. 20 for 2. 20 for 3. 20 for 4. 20 for 5. Then for the 4D, we put him down here, which is great, because now we can do here's what's crazy. Look at this. 1, 2 gets you to here. So he could run Constantinople again. So 20 for 1. He doesn't get the 10 bonus, but he gets 20. 20 for 2, and then 16 for 3, and then 16 for 4. Yeah, that's a great run. And then he has a Pullman. So he's going to add 8 more. Pay once, pay twice. And I did the Pullman for him too, I think. Yes. So we're done with him. WW. 6+ and a 4D. I do remember having to get creative with this one. So we're looking at 24 for 1, 30 for 2. And then we're just going to come up this way and do 20 for 3 and then 20 for 4. Then we're going to start here again for 10 for 1, 8 for 2. And this is where it gets tricky because I got to do a 6. I don't think I can come down and swing this because I'd have to go through things. So then we're looking at this instead. So 8 for 3, 8 for 4, 8 for 5, and then 12 for 6. And then 12 for the whistle stops. Pay and pay again. All right, those guys are done. These two are next. KISS, and then SFR. I'm sorry, KISS, and then GSWR. KISS is first. That's a 12 plus 12. 4 for the whistle stops. 4 for the Pullman. 12 for the whistle stops. 2, 4, 6 upgrades. And then we have 8 for 1, 6 for 2, 8 for 3, 6 for 4, 8 for 5, 8 for 6, 6 for 7, 12 for 8, 6 for 9, 8 for 10, 6 for 11, do I really have to do this? I do. Nope. 3 for 12. How did we do a 1660 last time? I'm only at 1070. That sounds more right, because he was only at 1000. Okay. That's right. GSFR is the next one. So this is a 17 plus 17. So I can tell you we have everything's upgraded. So we just use this as our chart. So 6 for the Pullman, 17 for the towns. Then we have 16 of them upgraded. And then we have 6 times 6 for the off-map towns. And then let's go up. And 12 for 7, 6 for 8, 10 for 9, 8 for 10, 6 for 11, 8 for 12, 6 for 13, 5 for 14, 6 for 15, 6 for 16, and 6 for 17. Exactly the same run. 1, 2. Okay, next up is MKV. which has a 5D and a 6+6. So that should be very similar to WW. $30 for 1, 20 for 2, 20 for 3, 20 for 4, and then 16 for 5. And then the 6+6, it's going to be 10 for 1, 8 for 2. Where did I put my MKB token? I know I put one out here somewhere. Right here. 8 for 3, 8 for 4, 8 for 5, and just throw in another 8 for 6. And then 12 for whistle stops. And I think he has a Pullman, so he gets another 8. Pay once, pay twice. Done. Okay, who's next? KBS and SFR. They're both next. 5+5 and a 4D for KBS. These guys already ran. I think that's not a... come on. Right, let's start with KBS. 30 for 1. $20 for 2. 20 for 2. 16 for 3. 24 for 4. And we have a 5+5. So we got 10 for the whistle stops, plus 12 for 1, 8 for 2, 8 for 3, 8 for 4, and then 12 for 5. There we go. How is that 2,560? There's no way he had a better run than everybody else. I did something wrong. 30 for 1, 22, 16, 3, 24, 5. That's a 90. Plus 12 for 1, 8 for 2, 8 for 3, 8 for 4, and 12 for 5, and then 10 for whistle stops. There we go. Much better. And then his is going to be exactly the same, except he gets to add another 20 because SFR is here. And he'll get to add this in addition to that when he's doing his loop. So this is a real quick calculation. That's 1,680. Pay once, pay twice. Getting a respectable number. All right. What's next? OU and MIDI. Unfortunately, they don't have the same run anymore. But OU does get 7 for the Pullman. Then we have a 4D. So 30 for 1. 20 for 2. 16 for 3. And then 20 for 4. And then for the 5, we're going to do 10 for the whistle stops, plus 10 for 1, 8 for 2, 6 for 3, 10 for 4, and then 8 for 5. Pay once, pay twice. Then for MIDI, we have the 5D and the 4D. So 8 for the Pullman, 30 for 1, 20 for 2, 16 for 3, and then 20 for 4. That's the 4D. Then he's going to do 20 again for 1, 16 for 2. He gets to skip this. 20 for 3, 16 for 4, and then 32 for 5. Much better run. Yeah, look at this. The numbers are getting a lot closer. Even look, his numbers past him. His numbers are right there. Wow. And his are up there. He still has more runs to do. I'm still worried about him. All right. BJV. Actually, these are only 2 left. BJV is 14 plus 14. Nothing's changed, so it's pay full, pay full. And same with this one. Pay full, pay full. So here we are. We got neck and neck money. I'm a little shocked that this guy's the lowest, but that doesn't mean anything. We got to add all the stocks up now. So let's start with the top. These are 550 each. So we start with Plum, and 550 means 5,500, and you just pay your people. So look at that, 3,300 just goes to 1 player. So anyways, Mav, same deal, 5,500. And then Chin. Okay, then next up, or everything in here, they're all getting 490. So we're going to do BHB first. Bell. SFAI. POB. Press the wrong button. Lawnmower. And GWR. Okay, so we've just gone through all the premiums plus these, and let's just see where we're at. So he's cruising. We are okay because we did have some of the premium. This is pretty close to his final number, although he is invested in other things. But he's already paid out 3 of his. He's already paid out 2 of his. He only paid out 1. And yeah, he's right there in it. I mean, this is getting close. So now we're doing ours, which is 390. That's a whole $100 a share less. Ooh, that hurts. So we're going to do all 3 of mine. I get that whole 3,900 all to myself. So that's close to my final number. I'm not that much ahead of other people, so I'm very concerned. I don't think I'm winning. 3,100 for SB. Let's do MKV for 2,500. And I know I skipped one. We got these guys for 2,800. And then we have these two for 280 each. So 2,800. These are 2,250 each. These are 2,000 each. $1,800. And last but not least, $1,650. All right, this should be the final score. 33,582. Ooh, I beat him. 34,908. I'm the person to beat so far. Oh my goodness, look how close he got. He was looking like he was down and doomed. I mean, he is 4,000 back, but that's still very close. 32 to 34, super close. Man, he just fell off the deep end. That's the worst score, like by a large margin. And then 32,405. It is neck and neck between these two. But I did it. And I was even able to eke out Mr. Russia here, but not by much. But that middle shelf thing, and I spent $400 a share to buy my own stuff to force it up. It worked. So there you have it. That's the strategy. And it finally worked this time because I wasn't shortchanging myself by forgetting to. The trick is you get the free bumps, and the free bumps go up. And it really does, it helps you to, first of all, it helps you to clear these shelves. Like another thing to try is maybe to start here, because now you're not at this shelf, but you're starting at this shelf. So then you just need less up bumps to get to the top. I mean, I made it to here, and I could have possibly been up at the top, and this is $100 a share difference. So if I was up here, I mean, look at that, that's $50 a share to get one more bump. So maybe the challenge is to try to start right in the middle at major C, which, if you'll notice, is $70 a share. So to me, the target is to be right in the middle, or the 65. These are the two you want to target for. You don't have to go premium, and you don't have to go cheap. Anyways, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.